Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. And there are claims now that Keir Starmer should decouple Britain and British laws from the European Convention on Human Rights. Now, of course, he won't. He won't do that. There's not a chance in hell of him doing that. But someone who is not him, who comes in later, may just. But this call to remove Britain from under the aegis of human rights so that we can deport all the illegals comes from Jack Straw, the former Home Secretary, the former Labour Home Secretary now. He helped draft the 1998 Human Rights Act, the UK's version of this. And even he says now it was badly written and misused, and he should have made a better attempt at it to ensure that it couldn't be used for the purpose to which it's being put now. He says it's basically a perversion of what it was meant to be, saying it's preventing the government from deporting illegal immigrants. It was meant to protect people. It shouldn't be a self-ending piece of legislation for the United Kingdom. You can't say the S word, but self-ending, The Act said British courts should take account of judgments from the ECHR. However, judges in this country are simply following the judgments on the ER, which was never its intention. He says there's no doubt at all that the convention, and crucially its interpretation, is now being ways and used which were never ever intended. Well, you wrote it, mate. You should have put provisions in, and all laws should have a sunset clause so that once a certain time period is reached, if it's all gone a bit Pete Tong, they can be got rid of. I think that sounds fair to me. But this is what happens, again, Labour, filled with morons who don't foresee that actions have consequences. And Jack Straw has caused this with the way he wrote the Human Rights Act. Perhaps if he spent less time being a dick and more time pretending that he knew what he was doing, we wouldn't be in this situation, would we? He has had some serious issues, hasn't he, that man? But anyway, he's saying we really ought to now just pull out the ECHR, deal with the problem. We can go back in, but we go back in with a new Human Rights Act, gone through Parliament, which still makes British law supreme and over it, and judges are only mindful of other things, not following other things. Well, it's a bit late now, sunshine. It's a bit late now. What's happened? I want to know, Jack. Why now, suddenly, after all these years, nearly 30 years later, are you coming out of the woodwork to do this? Have you got new neighbours that you don't like? Is where you're living gone a bit dark? Has somebody you know been attacked? Welcome to the rest of us. Welcome to the same world we've been living in since your pie opened up the floodgates under Blair nearly 30 years ago. You hypocritical, two-faced wanker, Jack Straw, man of straw. Thanks very much. Bye.